Alright, so we just got some news that honestly is not erring on the positive side. It's leaning more towards the slightly negative side, which I know you're thinking, oh, Prem, negative side, sounds about right. But like, no, this is just something that doesn't sound good, in my opinion. But we got two topics to talk about. One of them being Sonic Frontiers, of course, and the other one being some information regarding Sonic Prime. So we're going to get into that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers and hopefully 70,000 subscribers before Sonic Frontiers comes out. So we're going to start with the Sonic Frontiers news and then we will get into Sonic Prime. So for those of you who remember, weeks ago there was an Instagram post on the SEGA official Japan and they showed a languages thing of what dubs and subs are going to be in Sonic Frontiers, and they showed parts of a Sonic Frontiers in-game gameplay screenshot in the top and bottom of that post. I apologize to those who've heard this before, but I got to recap it. Then they took down the post, reposted it while hiding the little gameplay screenshot. Then they just took down the post entirely. This was a SEGA Japan Instagram. The other day, we found the full screenshot thanks to PlayStation Korea. So you can see this is the full screenshot I showed in the previous video, and you can see Sonic Frontiers logo with the Korean text under it. And can I just say something? Okay, like, yes, I said that it might have been Japanese in the previous video, and I got like 50 people telling me that it was Korean. Like, can you just like assume that once enough people are seeing a video that something obvious like that would be corrected? Because I don't need to like scroll through my comments and every like hour or every next day there's another person saying, actually that's not Japanese, it's Korean. Like, just assume that if you are not early to the video and there's like 100+ comments and it's been like 5,000+ views later, just assume that someone has already told me it's Korean. Okay, it was a very obvious mistake. It wasn't obscure. It was something that someone has probably said. You don't need to rush and tell me without checking the comment section first to make sure someone hasn't said it already. Anyway, it was from the PlayStation Korea blog, which is kind of interesting that PlayStation Korea got a screenshot of Sonic Frontiers that none of the other Sonic Frontiers outlets got. It wasn't on the English website, for example. But what was interesting is that it wasn't a new screenshot. It was sitting there since December on this Korean PlayStation blog. Apparently it was posted on the 15th of December 2021, which was what, a few days after the Game Awards? I think the Game Awards was like 10th December or something like that. But anyway, Tails channel, who originally posted the image on their Twitter, came back later on and said the above image was published by PlayStation Korea in December 2021. It was noticed by the community within the past few hours. Remember, this tweet's from the 4th of February, before it was retracted. A cropped version also appeared in a social media post uploaded by SEGA Japan in January. That too was retracted. That was the one I talked about before, the Instagram one. So to summarize, this gameplay screenshot was partially shown on Instagram. Then we noticed it. They then replaced it with the language post without the little gameplay screenshot. Then they just deleted that entirely. Then we found out that it was sitting on the PlayStation Korea blog since December. I guess they're thinking these English Sonic fans aren't going to be checking the Korea blog. Hey, we'll just slide the gameplay screenshot there. Then we discovered it in February after they posted it in mid-December, and then they're like, oh shit, people are seeing it now. Let's take that bitch down, okay? Let's take that bitch down. So they have pretty much removed this twice now. They removed this gameplay screenshot twice. Like, are they that afraid to show the game that they would hide it this badly? I don't understand what this does. We've already seen it. Like, by you hiding it, does it somehow make you look better? I don't get that. We've seen it. It's out. You can't hide it after it's out. It's just a screenshot. Like, I've been racking my brains about this. Like, if they were afraid that people were gonna think the game was mid, like, what difference does it make if we already seen it? Like, we're gonna talk about it. It's not like you struck down our videos or something, so it's still gonna be talked about. And everyone is coming up with like their opinions and theories on why this is happening. Twip's theory is that the reason why they are taking down the gameplay is because it's just not ready. The game's not graphically optimized yet or something like that. Because I mean, the frame rate was choppy in the December trailer, at least for the in-game stuff, which for a PC version of the game, it shouldn't be that choppy, let's be real. But even then, I don't believe that's why they would withhold screenshots, right? That makes no sense. We're talking about screenshots here. Even when it comes to gameplay, even if it was choppy in the December trailer, that's not a reason to not show like actual gameplay elements happening. Like, that's not a reason to just show the engine. There would have been things to do in the world. There could have been things that we could have seen. Even if the frame rate was choppy, we could assume that that would get improved over time. As long as the core gameplay looks solid, we would have been fine, right? So this whole taking down things and getting shook the moment people see it, if you don't want us to see it, why'd you put it there? Well, Or did PlayStation Blog of Korea just take a screenshot that they weren't supposed to take? It was supposed to be private and they posted it, and once we found out, Sega were like, shut that shit down. I don't know, but it does not instill confidence in me, and it really leads me to believe that they're not ready to show anything for a while. It could be an E3 wait. Maybe it's a March wait, I don't know, but I'm mentally preparing for E3 at this point because I don't know why they're hiding this. Everyone pretty much admitted that the graphics looked good when it came to Frontiers. That's pretty much the only thing they're gonna have over Zelda anyway, once the inevitable Breath of the Wild review comparisons roll in. That's like the one thing they'll be like, okay, well, the graphics were better, you know, that was nice. It ran at 60 FPS, which Breath of the Wild won't because it's stuck on the Switch. Obviously, the Switch version of Frontiers is not running at 60 unless it's a cloud version, but my curiosity is even more piqued now that they're withholding this gameplay. It's like they're playing hard to get, and when you play hard to get, people get more intrigued. You know, it's weird, but yeah, I'm very interested in seeing this game now. Not because I believe it's gonna be amazing, but I'm just like, what are they doing that they feel the need to hide a screenshot of a game that should be at least 10, 20 plus hours if it's an open world game? What is one screenshot coming out going to do, right? It's not a new environment that we haven't seen and we weren't supposed to see yet. It's not a character playable that we weren't supposed to know yet. It wasn't a Child Garden reveal. It was just the same area. There was nothing here that was like, oh my god, they can't look at this. But anyway, man, let's get into the Sonic Prime information. This one was tipped up to me by Alex Hedgefox, and basically they found the link for Sonic Prime on Netflix, like the page, the holding page. Obviously you can't watch it right now, but they found the holding page, and when describing it, they described it as comedy programs, kids TV, TV cartoons, and this program is quirky and exciting. So I think the comedy programs is the thing that people are highlighting because it makes it sound like we're gonna go into that more meta era kind of humor. It's not gonna be a more serious, a bit more Ben 10ish, which is less comedic. Still Ben 10 has its comedic moments, but it's a bit more serious of a show. But this might suggest that it's not going to be like that. It's going to be more like the Boom cartoon. The guy did say that it could be a placeholder, but let's be real, right? Like they would have selected the right categories. I believe so. But we have to see what Netflix deems to be comedy, right? Like we have to look at the other things that are available for Sonic on Netflix and see what they are ranked as to be able to get a better idea of this, right? So the Sonic movie was listed as exciting. There was no quirky there. It was put under family features, children and family films, comedies. So I mean, the Sonic movie is kind of under comedy as well. The only thing we could see for Sonic X on Netflix is that it says anime action, which I mean, that's pretty much what it is, but that was also listed as exciting but no quirky. The genres said Japanese, kids TV anime based on a video game, anime action, anime series. There was no mention of comedy for Sonic X, so put that into consideration. But then with Sonic Boom, we got witty, goofy, exciting. So goofy, luckily Prime doesn't say goofy because that would have been too far. But then genres, it does say kids TV, TV cartoons, comedy programs. So Boom does have comedy programs just like Prime. It has the exciting, but a bunch of other Sonic things had exciting, but it also had witty and goofy. So given the context of the other Sonic Netflix shows and what they're categorized as, is this a confirmation that Prime is going to be more lighthearted than serious? I don't want to say it's a confirmation. I mean, it is the people that worked on Ben 10, but it's leaning more towards that, okay? Quirky, exciting comedy programs, and then Boom was witty, goofy, exciting comedy program. I mean, it's kind of teetering on that same area. Maybe not as lighthearted and as low stakes as the Boom TV show, because that's pretty much the lowest stakes could get. I mean, even Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog felt like it had higher stakes at times, and that was a goofy show, man. That was a goofy show. Still love that show. But if these categories are to be believed, and they are on the Netflix website, if these categories are to be believed, I wouldn't be surprised if it is more of the same of the Boom cartoon, but maybe slightly less comedic, just a bit more serious. But it's definitely not going to be in some Sonic X type shit. It's not going to be some deep shit. I mean, Sonic X had its comedic moments, but like the stakes were clearly higher in, say, Sonic X. And even in the 90s, like SAT-AM stakes were clearly higher than Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Doesn't mean it was the superior show. I mean, I preferred Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog overall, but I still love SAT-AM. I'm just saying it would have been great to have gotten a more serious show, since the last one was a very comedic one, and it's been a while since our serious show, which was Sonic X, which ended, 16 years ago. But I mean, it's not all doom and gloom for Sonic Prime. I mean, Roger's not confirmed to be in it yet, so I mean, we'll see what happens, right? Maybe the voice cast will save it. I don't know. Maybe the writing will still be pretty solid with this comedic element involved, but only time will tell whenever we get some trailer of that. I don't know how close we are to seeing the trailer though. They said it was coming in the fall. I'm assuming they'll wait for the movie hype to die down before they start talking about Prime. But in the meantime, time, I guess this is what we know. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this information. Sonic Frontiers, or at least the people working on the game, are playing serious hard to get, and we don't know what that's going to mean for the quality of the game. And Sonic Prime seems to be leaning towards that comedic element of the franchise that the franchise has been very well known for about a decade or so. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure to check out the non-Sonic channel. The link will be in the description. But that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.